Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day it is for you, right? For me? Yeah, it's morning. Still in PJs. So good. It's pain today. Things coming up today. So I, for myself, need something to help keep me grounded and bring me back to center today. I was thinking of doing a whole, find your center spread, the moon lodge or the inward tree. I'm thinking we'll just do a little quickie today. Like the left and right, the male and female energies and the overall energies, because it's a little easier to come back to just the smaller things, right? So then it's not getting so confused. Like me, I'll spread myself out too thin. So we're going to have to do that. So I'm going to light a candle here. We're going to do a little smudge. Here we are, Thursday. Aha! I did a video almost every day this week. I do one tomorrow. And Bob's my daddy. And I light this little candle. White candle for purity. Oh, I got one of this from one of my soul sisters for Christmas. Beautiful. Stress relief. Scented, so it's the eucalyptus and peppermint. You smell that? Okay. Then I have our smudge here. We haven't done a smudge together in a while. Oh, except for my match went out. Time for another match then. Oh, yeah, turn it. Yeah. Put that to the side. How's it going? Let's find our centers. Male and female. Go right back to how we started. Let's get to the roots of this page, eh? Which was just doing a daily, overall, nice and simple, right? The KISS method. Keep it simple, sweetie. Cleanse our feather first. Bring it into your heart, your throat, your mouth, your eyes, third eye that sees within, your ears and invisible ears, over your whole aura. Some for you too. Pull that right over you. Relax. There we are. Sink into it. Call in your guides, great oneness, divine creator, whatever you call it, to help you get out of this what it needs for you. This will be something. These are general, so everybody will get something from it, right? It's up to you. I don't know your life. I know what's going on in my life. It's a mess. But I don't know what's going on in yours. We'll put this over to the side here. Right there, actually. It's a good spot, maybe. Right? And I'm going to pull this down so you'll be able to see the cards afterwards. There you can still have that smudge coming up for you. Oh, my card fell down again. I like this. It says embrace your beauty, but I like how it went up there. Embrace your be. And just be you. Right? It's beautiful. Okay, so let's just, jump right into it. Oh, here, let me run the cards through. And I found my other cards. Oh, I didn't share that. I did a video for myself because it's hard to write down all readings I did for myself. And I couldn't find my medicine woman cards. And then I prayed. And then I found them. They were in this box. That takes out of camera, but you'll see when I put the camera down. And then my other wild unknown tarot. Tools, right? They're not idols, just tools. Tools to help us connect. Sometimes things are so much a mess in our head. We can't get that out. So this helps, for me personally, it brings it out of my head. Because it's amazing how these work like magnets, right? What you need to hear is just drawn out, right? And it's what you need to hear. It's not always what you want to hear, right? So there's a thing, right? When it's such a general and you bring your own meanings out of there. Well, it's not really bringing your own meanings. It's whatever's speaking to you. But sometimes we can, right? There is those self-fulfilling prophecies and all that, right? So be aware of that in yourself, right? Be aware of that in yourself. That's why connecting with our source can help us, right? Remember, divine guidance doesn't yell or scream. Look at those two. That one flew out. This one went sideways. transformation and vision quest. Vision quest, right? We're all going through this, right? Seeing the reflections that we are so that we can reflect back out to others. That great reflection of the divine that we are. Seeking and finding what our purpose is on this earth, which is attached to our passion. We can find that, right? The caterpillar eats and eats and eats, right? So as we're growing in that caterpillar stage, we're taking in all we can. You know, it's like we can't get enough of those things that we have a passion for, right? And there's no like concept of time. It's like when we're immersed in those passions, time, boom, gone, right? It's, wow, where did that time go? Another thing I just saw online too is that the butterfly, it cannot physically see its own wings, right? So sometimes we don't see the beauty in ourselves, that transformation, how that can help somebody else. If we're afraid to express our unique gifts and our passion, right? Somebody might be missing out on that, right? Because we don't shine for ourselves, right? We shine for our source and our others, right? Our source and our community, whatever that is for you, right? Because, like, well, what's the point in just shining for yourself? Where's the fun in that, right? So, okay, look at that. Look at how far we got there just with 2 cards just popping out. And they weren't together, but it seemed right because, you know, build your self-esteem. Seemed right because it was a path and a totem together. So, okay. So let's get these shuffled up and call in all of our directions. Get centered. Flipping over here. Yeah, shuffling's a little hard. So, then we call in all of our directions from the east, the place of illumination, the place of clarity, the place of fire, place of man. And we call in all of our energies from the south. That's the waters, the emotions, the place of innocence, the place of the child. And we call back to us all of our energies from the west, the physical, the woman, the place of earth and introspection. Excuse me. And we call back all of our energies from the north. That's our elder years, the air, the wisdom. And we walk our red road, our earth walk, goes from south in the childhood, right? And if we can make it out of the childhood, yes, we've got a victory. And up into adulthood, into the wisdom years. That's the red road, our earth walk from south to north. The reputation, where we see. Have we built the reputation that we feel actually is true to our character? Does our reputation match our character? Remember, character is more important than reputation. Because reputation is based on those looking at you, right? Based on the outside. Character comes from the inside. We want to work within, right? Begin within. Okay. The blue road of spirit goes from east to west as the sun, and it's always there, right? Spiraling, circle dance. Everything's in a circle. Everything's sacred. Sacred circles, spiraling, you know, rejuvenating, coming to life again. Death, rebirth, all of this beautiful dance. Where is it in you? So that's our life, right? We do our dance from east to west. The blue road of spirit, always with us. And the diversion, right? The spirit world wants to know. These human physical forms divert us from what we truly are. Because we are much more than just these physical bodies. Yeah, right. Haha. Above. Below and within. Alrighty, let's get to it. We're already 10 minutes in here. Okay. Okay. Whoops. Where'd you go? Right there. Selenite from one of my soul sisters. Oh, I love them all so much. Ebbs and flows, so it comes and goes. My love, always the same. Everything will change, but love remains the same. I don't know, there's a song about that. And it's true. The love, since the beginning of time has not changed. Love is love. Love is everything. Love is you. Love is me. Love is everything we see. Right? Love is much more than we as humans can comprehend. We can just get a little of it, you know. Oh, some of us though, some of us, we can feel that and feel that, and it feels so expansive and all encompassing. Oh, it's beyond words. No human words. There's no words. Though we try. Twice. And there's a beauty in that too, right? To express those feelings that go beyond words. Because feelings are to be felt, right? Feelings are to be felt, right? Emotion is meant to get you moving and freeing. It's not blocking and restrictive. Anyways, let's go. Female side's gonna go first. Okay. This one, and then this one. Okay. There we go. So, the female side, but I picked it with my left, my right hand, which is usually I do for the left. I said female side. I designated it female side. So this is the creative energies, the decisions, right? Where we need to reflect, right? We go into our cancel file within there, see? So it is the female side, woman energy, the woman medicine. We all need to touch into that nurturing, because the woman energy is that receptive energy. The male energy is the action, the doing, right? The woman, that creative energy, that flow. And we all have both energies, right? So look at that. It's getting in touch with that woman energy, sitting in that council fire, like within, right? Going into that access that you have with source right in there before you make that decisions, right? And it is in the highest interest of all. Now, otter is a very playful animal, right? They're the flirty, playful ones. So when we're looking at those messages, staying calm and making those decisions too, and not taking everything so seriously, you know. There's things we do, you know what I say, don't take life so seriously, but be serious about living your life, right? So does that decision help to free you, or is it stifling you or any of those around you, right? So have a look at that today when you're making decisions in that creativity, looking for that passion. Oh, I wish I kept those other ones out too. So now we're doing opposites now. So now the male energy. See, it's been so long. I hadn't done it so long. The male energy, then we'll get the overall energy, which we had those two cards coming out, the Vision Quest and the Transformation, the Butterfly. Oh, right. And we have male energy here. Okay, so this is the action energy, right? The action energy for today. The sun dance, making the sound sacred. And the sun dance was a dance in the teachings that I've heard, and in the book there, it was for the men. This was the sun dance was created for the men. Men and women do it, I believe now. But traditionally, this was that self-sacrifice. So the men could honor those life-giving properties of Mother Earth and of our women. Because when women go through and give birth to give life in this world, for life to pass through them, it's a lot. It can go hours, days, like 36 hours, more plus, right? Labor is intensive, right? And in that labor room or wherever it is that you're having it at home, there's blood, sweat, tears, everything's left there on the floor. So in that sun dance, they are attached to the tree of life, and they're pierced right through their pectoral muscles. So it could look brutal to an onlooker that doesn't really understand the meaning of this dance, but that was so a man could to have a little experience of what that might be like for a woman and for Mother Earth, right? To be supporting and nurturing and giving of themselves. Blood, sweat, tears, right? Like the water, not Mother Earth blood. So that's the action today. How can you make that sacred? How can you honor the one who's given you life, right? Whether it be your mother, the creator, whatever that is, and do it with joy. Do it with joy in your heart. Wow, we got a 6 and an 8. Look at that. And a 6 and an 8 when you add those numbers together. Very interesting. So, today, that action is tap into that joy, right? And being playful to make those decisions. And so if there's a decision to be made, right? Let's get the ego out of the way and make it in the highest and best interest of all. Where, we can all experience some joy from that. And we don't need to experience from the suffering anymore. I believe that's something that might be coming out from this too, that we can learn just as much from joy as we can from suffering. It's up to us to choose whether we're going to learn through the suffering or learn through the joy, right? There's some that feel that they can't be happy unless all this is happy or all that's happening, right? So we block our own joys. And there's sometimes, maybe there's somebody watching us, that when we block our own joy, it stops them from being joyful, because they won't be joyful unless we're joyful. And look at how much we get connected. So let's sacrifice that ego self. Let's get that out of there and know that we are all connected, and we can learn from joy just as much as from suffering. It's time to bring in that joy. It's time for us to look at all the greatness that we have and how far we've come, right? Just in your own life as humanity, look at how far we've come. And was it because ego got in there? No, it's when ego got out of the way and we came together. That's when we made the furthest strides. Connection and community, people. Love yous. Wow, I'm feeling better today. I've got an important meeting that's coming up, and it is about decisions and stuff like that. But we're all going through shifts here. No exceptions. That's what I believe. Okay, so our overall main energies. Okay, to bring that together, when we're looking at the male and female, the balancing, here's what brings these together today. Today. And we have, there we go, victory came up before, right? Because when we keep those in mind and we're getting to choose and we see that we have the power, we tap into that source and we make that decision based on, right? It's the I will, not my will, right? We have reached a victory, because then we are doing it for all. This isn't just for our own selfish needs. We have sacrificed the ego self, and we have made a victory because we are given that glory through the Creator, and we are letting that empower us. Because just reading something, right, his strength is made great in our weakness, right? So if we are suffering, there's a reason. Is it to keep us humble? Is it because we do need to receive that help? And if we are stubborn peoples that insist on doing everything ourselves, hey, well, the universe might give us something where, hey, we have no choice but to ask for help. That's a victory in that. So look at those little victories in your life. Some that might not even seem like a victory, right? But some that are. Like I shared my talk yesterday, that first miscarriage, even the second one, they're both blessings and victories. In a way, right? Because maybe that little spirit already served its purpose in helping me learn something, right? For you, whatever that is, because some things, so sufferings, we turn that suffering into joy and find the joy in that suffering. It takes a lot of introspection to do that, right? And to see that truth of who we are. Oh, and together that makes us 7. So we have 6, 7, 8. Right? 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. Okay. Anyways, steps going inside and looking at those little mini victories. Okay. Not just the big ones that seem obvious. Look at those ones that maybe at first didn't seem like a victory. Maybe you felt you lost something. But even a loss is a gain. Right? I was just reading that. You open up to that source, right? You might lose your ego. You might lose this. You might lose that. All these things that hold us back. But what you gain is a truer version of you and how your Creator made you. So look inside. That's how we discover that. Make those decisions in the highest and best of all. And what is that for you? How is that in your life? Okay, we're wrapping this up. Look at the top and bottom cards. See what happened here. Oh, we got wild boar. Confrontation. It's confronting those things in yourself. How are you holding yourself back? We can look outside ourselves and look outside ourselves. Hey, that's easy to do. That introspection. That's harder. It's harder. It's harder to do with ourselves than it is with others. I know they say we are our own worst critics. Yes, we can be. But sometimes we're putting that outside. So we're not even criticizing ourselves. We're going and criticizing the things we don't like in ourselves in everybody else and not admitting it that it's there in ourselves. So we need to confront that in ourselves, right? And see those allies and support. If we don't open up and ask for help, it's not going to be there. And, right, the universe will show us that we need it. And we'll do things where we have no choice but to open up and ask for help. So confront all that in yourself, right? And it doesn't need to be aggressive, but confront the truth. The truth. All that truth you tried to deny in yourself, all that truth, and that doesn't mean it's horrible things. It could be that beautiful part of you that you've tucked away in the shadows because it wasn't accepted by somebody. So it's not all bad stuff, right? Good and bad. It's the name of what you give it, and it's different to each and everybody. Well, you can't see those very well. Let me bring this down. Well, that's our cards today anyway. I'll turn them around for you. Okay. You can kind of see them a little bit. That's fine. So, Bear, do that introspection as you're making those decisions today. Find that the joy. Do you want to learn, even just for today, right? Sacrifice that ego. Sacrifice that we need to suffer or, cause somebody else suffering, get the back or whatever. And see how we can do that through joy. See how we can be joyful about the things we were once sad about. Let's see how we can transform and transmute those things, right? Let's just show off our wings. We're not going to be able to see them ourselves. We're not going to be able to see that true beauty of ourselves. And that's what's going to keep us humble as well, right? So we need to believe in who we are. But no, we are not perfect. We are just one of many, 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 many. All right, so stay playful. Make your decisions in the highest and best of all, right? Inside, look at all your little victories. Sacrifice that ego self and tap into the joy, okay? We've had enough suffering to learn from on this earth. It's time for us to learn from joy. Let's dance and celebrate how far we've come as humanity. All right? All right. Love yous. Have a wonderful, blessed day. And thank you so much for being you, shining your light through in everything you do. And for having that courage and sharing with me too. Do it for yourself. You can tell me the afterwards. I'd love to see your videos. I just love people. So I'd be happy for you to send little videos. And you can say whether you would like me to share your story or not. Maybe it's just something you want to share with me. That's fine. It's for you. It's for all. All right. Love yous. Peace out.